What's up, you guys? I'm back again with another video, and thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. It's your girl Ashley Charnay, and I'm here today with a story time. Today's story time is going to be called, I believe I'm probably going to name it like Beauty School Brawl or something like that. And it's about the time that I got into a fight at school with a dude. So stay tuned for this video. It's going to be so entertaining and so awesome. Please make sure you guys don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also make sure that your notifications are on. Give this video a big thumbs up. I think I just said video, but let's just disregard that. Give this video a big thumbs up and comment and subscribe, and let's get it started. Okay, so some of you guys may know that back in February of, I believe, 2013, 2012, 2013, I started cosmetology school at El Camino College in Torrance. And yeah, so I started cosmetology school or whatever, and I was doing a full-time class. So that means that I was in school Monday through Friday from 8 till 4, and it was a lot. It was just a bunch of bitches all together in one room, and of course it was gonna be some shit. So anyway, when I first got to cosmetology school, I really didn't have too many friends. I really wasn't interested in making friends, even though of course I did, but I wasn't really interested in making friends. So I did end up meeting a guy and a girl, and they were, you know, they came together and they knew each other and all that other stuff. So whatever, that's neither here nor there. So we're just gonna name this guy, we're gonna name him, we're gonna name him Queen, because he was a queen, honey. Okay, so I met Queen and the other girl, his friend, and so yeah, we were all cool. It was Queen, it was his friend, and there was my friend who I ended up meeting, getting really close with, and her name is Kashifa, who's also my hairstylist. Hey girl. So yeah, so we met or whatever, and we all were really cool. Now when I first met Queen, I thought Queen was so bomb. Like, he kept his hair, no, actually no, at this point when I first met him, he didn't really have, you know, like a weave or anything like that. So he always kept his hair nicely cut and stuff like that. He usually came to school with his face beat, and of course, like most queens, he was just bomb. Like, he was so beautiful, right? So I thought he was cool or whatever, and I got to know him and the other girl, and you know, we all became close, all four of us. We would go out and do stuff, you know, after school, or we would do stuff on the weekends and hang out, whatever the case may be. So fast forward to about, maybe this was probably like our maybe sophomore or junior year of cosmetology, which means we moved downstairs. And I'm just gonna go to this particular day. It was a mess. It was so hostile in the classroom. You know, everybody just kind of had an attitude that day, and like most situations, when you got a bunch of bitches in one room, something's bound to happen. So at this time, we had a teacher that I really didn't like too much. I did not like that bitch. She always wanted to get somebody in trouble. She was always fucking with me. It was just no. So anyway, at this time, this teacher had gotten to it with another one of the Hispanic girls that were in our class. And the Hispanic girl, she got mad, and she ended up, I believe she like kind of like knocked over some papers off of that specific teacher's desk, and it was just a mess. I don't even know what they were getting into it about. I just know that once she did that, everybody was kind of riled up. Like, it was just, it wasn't a good day. It wasn't a good night, rather, I should say. And so I believe, yeah, we were taking a test. And I remember specifically this day we were taking a test because my friend and I, Cash, we had just came from Popeyes, right? We came from Popeyes and we were not allowed to eat downstairs because it was like a hazard or whatever the case was. I don't know. They didn't let us eat downstairs. So whatever. So my fat ass, I was sneaking food, right? Because I'm hungry. The teacher, she in her office messing with the little Hispanic girl, whatever. She trying to call the police on her because she was mad at her. So I'm down eating my chicken, right? I'm trying to get it in because I need some, I need to get my brain cells, flowing and stuff because I'm about to take this test, right? So at this time, Queen, for whatever reason, I don't know what happened to where he got mad at the teacher for whatever reason, right? And at this time, I believe she asked him to leave. Now, those who are in cosmetology school, or maybe it was just at Elko, teachers can tell you, like, you have to clock out and it's time for you to go, which means you only get the hours that you stayed there for and you don't get the rest of the hours for the day. So they were into it, whatever the case may be. To be honest with you, I don't even remember what their situation was. I don't remember why he got mad, but yeah. So like I said, it was just hostile after the whole debacle with the Hispanic girl and she throwing papers over. It was just, everybody was just kind of riled up, and I don't know, I guess it was just like a bunch of negativity in the air, child. I don't know. But so anyway, as he was walking out, my friend Cash and I, we was cracking up laughing, like, but we're laughing because my fat ass trying to eat chicken and trying not to get caught by the teacher at the same time. And so we just laughing around, goofing around, having a good old time, just like any other student does when they teacher gone did something. So as he's walking out, he looks to the back, which is where I'm sitting at, me, Cash, and a bunch of other girls. He looks back and said, something, 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 and I beat them bitches' ass. So I'm like, child, I don't know who he was talking to, but I didn't appreciate that, right? So at this point in time, Queen and I, we didn't have any issues. I don't know what. No, I don't even think. No, at this point in time, we didn't have any issues. But prior to all of this, me and Queen, we used to get into it like every now and then because I kind of felt like he tried to like run over me a little bit sometimes. And if you guys know gay dudes, sometimes they can be a little aggressive. Mind you, I don't have anything against anybody that's gay. So, yeah. Anyway, so I don't think we were into it at that time. It was nothing. But like I said, I wasn't laughing at him. I wasn't paying attention to anything that he was doing. I just know that him and the teacher had words in her office and he was asked to leave. So rewind to next day, right? So, or fast forward, whatever. So yeah, next day happens, and he comes in the classroom and he still act like he got a little attitude or whatever. Mind you, he sits in the front, I sit in the back, right? So he ended up walking through the aisle, and which I was sitting right next to, I was sitting right in the front of the aisle, but I was still kind of sitting in the back section. So anyway, he walks through the aisle, so I was like, hey, Queen, I was like, so yesterday, when you said, I will beat that bitch's ass, or I will beat all them bitches' asses, who was you talking about? And he was like, to be honest with you, I was talking to all of y'all. So I was like, okay. So I didn't say nothing. At this point in time, I'm just like, you know what, whatever. He has an attitude. I'm gonna let this go. Like, he over here making threats. Like, I don't do stuff like that. Like, if you gonna run up, bitch, you just gonna run up. It ain't no need to be talking about some, oh, I'm gonna beat that bitch's ass. Like, no, none of that. So I politely tapped on the desk. I was like, okay. I tapped the desk. I didn't touch him. I didn't do anything, right? And so, what the fuck happened after that? After I tapped the desk and I was getting ready to leave, I kind of like turned around a little bit to like walk away, but he kind of like got in my face where I couldn't walk away. He kind of like blocked me like with his shoulder, and then he kind of like grazed like my chest with his shoulder to like turn around and walk away. And at that point in time, I kind of felt like he was trying to bully me. So I'm like, oh no. So he tried to walk off, and at this point in time, mind y'all, at this point in time, he had a weave, right? He had a weave, and I believe he had a hat on with the weave. I'm not sure, but whatever. So at this time, as he like grazed my shoulder, like basically like trying to bully me, like, bitch, get the fuck out of here, and tried to walk away, I was like, oh no. So I snatched that nigga by his hair and we started fighting, right? So honestly, when I get into fights and, you know, stuff like that, I kind of like black out, and that's not really a good thing to do, because usually like when you black out, you cannot control yourself. So I remember blacking out, and I remember just having this hold on his hair, and I just would not let go of his hair. One thing I do know is he was fighting back, but his hits weren't connecting like how my hits were connecting, right? So I know he did get one really good hit in. He got one good hit in, and he kind of like went like this, like to my chin. So I'm like, when he did that. So I just remember, I believe for whatever reason, he was near the dryer, and witnesses say that he was kind of like in the dryer, kind of ish. I don't know. Like I said, I blacked out. I'm just listening to the other people who were there to witness the fight, and you know, whatever it is that they were doing. I do know that Cash at the time was trying to pull me off of him. And so after the fight, you know, I came back to life, because I'm like, oh no, like I'm just going off. Mind you, this nigga, he walks out of the classroom and he says, I'm still a nigga. You bitches be forgetting I'm still a nigga. Like, no, that's not okay. Like, you cannot come up to me, graze my shoulder, and also threaten to beat my ass, and then when it's time to fight, you talking about I'm still a nigga. Like, no, all of that bullshit went out the door. We fought, and that's that. So he's outside, he talking, he's screaming, he like, somebody call my sister, da 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 da. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, call your sister, la la la, right? So at this time, the friend of his that I told you guys that knew each other, they knew each other prior to coming to cosmetology school. She's pregnant, so she kind of like, she left. I think she like went to the bathroom or something, so she wasn't there for the fight. She came at the end of the fight. So she runs up to me. Mind you, me and her were cool at this time. She runs up to me and was like, why you take off on Queen like that? I'm like, girl, you wasn't even here. I really had to like contain myself, because for a second I forgot that she was pregnant. So yeah, I'm just like, whatever to you. Like, girl, I'm not even about to pay you no mind, because for one, this is not even your fight, and two, you're pregnant, so you might want to just get on somewhere. So anyway, after all this happened, at the time, well, my boyfriend at the time, he had my car. Like, I would let him drop me off at school, and then he can go use my car, go to the studio, whatever it is that he needed to do. So I didn't know what to do, so I just left. Like, I started walking out because I was like so mad. And if you guys know anything about El Camino, they have a actual police station on campus. So yeah, I wasn't trying to get the police guard on me or nothing. So I just kind of like walked out to the front of the school. So I'm calling my boyfriend, he's not answering the phone. I'm calling my mom, she's not answering the phone. So I'm like, oh my fucking God, like, I need to get a hold of somebody. Like, I need to talk to somebody right now. Like, it either needs to be my boyfriend or it needs to be my mom. So my boyfriend called me back like 2 minutes later, and he was like, yo, what's going on? I'm like, I just got into a fight. Like, you need to get up here. I just fought this nigga, Queen. You need to bring your ass up here, la la la, right? So he's like, all right, I'm on my way. So he well, no. At after I got off the phone with him, I ended up calling my mom, and I'm like, Mom, I just got into a fight. Oh my God, I can't believe it. She's just like, I don't care. Did you beat his ass? She crazy. She was like, did you beat his ass? I was like, Ma, I was fighting that nigga and da-da-da-da-da, right? So my boyfriend ends up pulling up, right? So by the time my boyfriend ended up pulling up, my friend Cash, she called me. She's like, yo, where you at? They're looking for you. And I'm like, who's looking for me? And she's like, the police, like Miss Teacher, the bitch I don't like, called the police, right? So I'm like, why would I come back and the police are there? She's just like, no, you need to come back because they said if you don't come back, then they're just gonna like kick you out of school. Like it's an automatic expulsion. So I'm like, fuck. So the same time that I walked back towards the classroom, my boyfriend pulled up at the same time. Thank God he didn't get too far. So he pulled up, and the lady, she's a police officer. She's trying to talk to me, and at this time, I don't know where Queen went. I think he was like in the parking lot or something, which is like right next to our classroom. It was right in front of our classroom. He was in the parking lot talking to another police officer. So my boyfriend at the time, he gets there and he all rowdy. He's just like, where he at, and da-da-da-da, like, why is this nigga like putting his hands on my girlfriend and blah blah blah. So the police was like, sir, you need to calm down. And I'm just telling him like, babe, you need to like go somewhere, like calm down, like I handled it, like let's just get to the bottom of the situation. So Cash takes him somewhere, cools him off, whatever, and the lady's asking me questions. She's just like, oh, what happened, la la la. So the police were called, and it was drama. So was it the next day? I believe it was the next day or something like that. I don't remember if I was called to the dean's office or if they called me on my phone. I don't remember, but I believe they called me on the phone, and basically my punishment was I needed to, what was it? I believe I needed to go to anger management for like a couple of weeks or something like that. I had to go to anger management basically at the school, finish the anger management courses, and I had to write a fucking apology letter. So mind you, I'm already irritated. They're like, yo, if you don't finish these anger management classes and if you don't write this apology letter, we're not letting you enroll next semester. So I don't even remember if it was like the last semester or what the case is. I don't even think I finished that semester at the time we were fighting. I believe we both got suspended at that time. It was something like that. But whatever the case was, we had to finish, both of us, we actually had the same punishment. We both had to finish these anger management classes, and we had to write apology notes to each other. And if that didn't happen, we were not able to enroll into the next semester. And yeah, so I took the anger management classes, even though I was giving that lady a hard ass time. I'm like, bitch, I don't need no anger management. Like, I don't want to be here. Don't ask me no stupid ass questions. Like, she was asking me about my life. Like, oh, like, what's the relationship like with you and your boyfriend? Does he hit you? I'm like, bitch, does your man hit you? Like, no, my nigga doesn't hit me. Like, you need to be asking me if I hit his ass. No, I'm just kidding. But so yeah, it was stupid. I wrote the letter. The letter was real dumb. I'm just like, oh, like, sorry I took off on you, like, but I took off on him for a good reason. Like, anybody else would have done the same thing that I did. And so I wrote like this rinky dink ass letter, and at the time I didn't give a fuck. But when I got his letter, I felt really bad because he was basically like, you know, like, I thought we was friends. Like, I thought we were better than that. Like, it shouldn't have went that far. And I felt really, really bad at the time. Like, I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I just wrote this shitty ass letter. Basically, you could tell I didn't give a fuck in the letter because at the time I didn't give a fuck. But I feel really bad now and then when I first got his letter. Mind you guys, right after we got into this fight, like a week later, why was there an article in the school newspaper that said female student attacks male student? and basically talking about the situation. That shit pissed me off because for one, I did not attack that nigga. He provoked me and I just acted accordingly. Don't say I attacked the nigga. I didn't attack him. So anyways, so yeah, and then the next semester it continued on. I haven't spoken to him. The last I heard of him was that he was doing great, and I mean, yeah, like that was the situation. Like, I don't have any hard feelings towards him. There's no beef. Like, I'm pretty sure he don't think about me on a daily basis. I don't think about him on a daily basis. Like, it is what it is. But from that day forward, like, the girls that he were cool with at that time, they was just acting real funny style. And to be honest with you, it was one bitch that I just really didn't give a fuck about. And I was ready for her ass to run up. But I'm like, you know what? I don't want to get kicked out of school. But yeah, so that's the story time, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. There's definitely going to be more story times to come. Please make sure that you guys do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Okay, subscribe, like, and comment, and give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.